Yes,
Okay.
babysitter.
You have a homepage where you write a lot. You have your diary there, and
Right.
fans are really, you're communicating a lot. And I noticed that on your homepage you write about passing time in a hotel room.
Yes.
You tour almost
Almost all the time.
Yeah, so you're in hotel rooms all the
Right.
time, and
And then in the summer I take a break, so
Yeah.
that's my rest. But
Yeah.
the rest of the time it's
but
constant.
but you write about things that serve the purpose of keeping yourself entertained when you're on your own. And I noticed that you wrote that nothing is too ridiculous in the safety of your hotel room.
It's true. It's not even like being home and a family member is going to walk in. You're completely on your own. So no one knows, no one cares, and you can do anything you like.
And
as long as you don't burn the building down.
Okay, yeah, but the same is actually what we are practicing here in the 11th hour.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Except a lot of people are watching.
Nothing is too ridiculous in the safety of my TV studio.
Okay.
So let's go through some of the things you spending time in hotel rooms.
Actually, it's appropriate because late at night there's often nothing to do in a city you don't know, and you're in a hotel in an area you're not familiar with. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of entertaining late at night when you're alone.
You're writing what to do with your instrument when you're bored.
Yes.
And you say, try playing it in weird positions.
Yes. There are people that are famous for being able to play their instrument behind their back or for playing it upside down. Actually, in the premiere of the Beethoven Violin Concerto, the soloist entertained the audience by playing a tune upside down on his violin between movements and then proceeded with the Beethoven Concerto.
Yeah. But for you, what kind of...
I can't do it. That's why it's a good thing to do when you're bored, because it takes practice.
Yeah, but what could it be?
Well, I have friends who can play the violin behind their back. So I don't know
Jimi
how
Hendrix?
they do it. Yeah, kind of. I guess they hold it kind of like this. And
You don't play
that.
with your teeth like he did?
No, although I love Jimi Hendrix, so I have seen that.
Set fire to the instrument?
No.
Oh, okay.
No setting fire to the instrument.
And then you write...
But actually, sometimes I'll turn the bow backwards. So instead of holding the bow like this, I'll hold it like this.
Why?
Because it changes the weight of the bow. So if I feel like my hand is falling into a habit pattern that's not good, sometimes because the end you usually hold is heavy, and the end that's at the top is very light. If you have something very heavy on the top, you have to work on your bow control. So that's
it's not
something
just
that you
for
can
fun.
do. No, it's not just for fun. A lot of students do it, actually.
But
as
then
practice.
tell me about this, because you also write, spend time dressing up your instrument.
Yeah, actually, I have never dressed up my violin, but what I was talking about with babysitting the violin, leaving it with friends, I had a friend traveling with me, because that's one way that I stay in touch with my friends, is bring them along on tours sometimes. And I wanted to go out and take a little walk, get a breath of fresh air, but she wanted to watch TV, so I said, okay, why don't you watch the violin too? And I came back, and that's what I saw. She dressed the violin up in the robe and the towel.
Actually, the violin...
That's the violin case, yeah.
The box, the case, yeah.
And arranged the snacks from the minibar next to it, so it was all ready for a spa visit.
Ah, okay.
See? There's the body, and the arms, and then the head with the towel on it, ready to have a pedicure.
Okay.
I said, what have you done? And she said, don't you like it?
And then
so you could do anything, you know?
You say, act the opposite of your normal self while you're playing?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's actually, it's a good exercise. It's kind of like a theatrical exercise for the stage. There are a lot of people who fall into a habit pattern when they're playing of not knowing what their face is doing and not knowing what their body is doing. So that's not bad, but it's just good to be aware in case you're developing bad habits. And one way to get out of those habits is to do the opposite of what you normally do.
But what is your typical expression when you play?
Well, probably as you saw, I'm more focused. I don't tend to forget where I am on the stage or wander or anything like that. Some people accuse me of not being expressive enough with my face and everything when I play.
So the opposite would be?
Would be being kind of extreme, like moving around all over the place and making faces and getting all caught up.
Okay. And then you
But actually, it's harder for people who are used to doing a lot of motion to stop than it is for people who are used to not doing much to do more. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a cure for boredom could also be recycle strings or hair from the bow?
Yeah, you inevitably have to change your strings every 2 weeks to 2 months, depending on how strenuous you're playing. And actually, strings make really good bracelets. So I've braided my strings after I used them and made them into a bracelet, stuff like that. So you can recycle them by doing various things. You can make them into decorations for your violin case, like for the zipper. You can sort of weave it into something neat, tie knots, whatever you want. And bow hair I've never played with, but I'm sure that there's lots that you can do with bow hair too. Stuff a pillow, I don't know.
Then you write, play your instrument while dancing, standing on a chair on one foot, or hula hooping.
Yeah. You can hula hoop while playing. It's very difficult. I actually have. I hula hooped in a talent show while playing the violin.
Oh, in an Italian TV show?
No, actually a talent show.
Oh, okay. I thought you said...
It was weird. It was at a Japanese school. I was studying Japanese, and so I wasn't there as a musician. But they had a talent show, so I hula hooped and played the violin while a friend of mine pretended to be a samurai on a bicycle and knocked over a model enemy.
Sounds great.
Godzilla, actually. So
it sounds like a great TV show, not as boring
it sounds like a Japanese TV show, actually.
But I have this. Oh. Would you be able to hula hoop?
Actually, in these clothes, I can't because I think it would fall down. I can't keep a hula hoop up on satin.
Why? Because
the clothes are slippery. I don't think I can hula hoop in these clothes.
But
you could hula hoop in yours.
Yeah, I could. I haven't done it since I was...
Men's clothes are much better for hula hooping than women's dress clothes.
Okay, why is that? That's
just the fabric. It's not.
Well, I think my tie would be in the way of...
Well, you can get your tie out of the way.
We could make a deal. If you play and you make the weirdest, crazy faces you can do, then I'll hula hoop.
You'll hula hoop?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you really have to do,
okay,
the total opposite of what you do while you're playing.
And I'll play music people aren't used to hearing me play either.
What could that be?
Actually, there's a bluegrass tune that I know.
Bluegrass?
Bluegrass, yeah.
That's
American
kind of a
folk
country
music.
Yeah.
Instrumental music. And it was written by a friend of mine, so I could do that.
Okay.
Aha, yes.
That's a good idea. Maybe. So...
this chair swivels, so I can play and swivel.
Yeah. But
should I start first?
No. Can you just instruct me how I...
Oh, yeah. Well, there are two ways to hula hoop. You can either spin your hips like this.
Yeah.
Or you can just go back and forth. Depends what your body type is best for.
Okay. So I think it will come... naturally when you start the music.
You have to just swing it to get it started and then going. Okay, ready?
Okay. That was actually fun.
Yeah,
I haven't...
fun. We both got some exercise.
But it'll maybe look stupid in slow motion.
Oh, well, everyone is welcome to put it in slow motion and see what it looks like. Bravo. How long has it been since you hula hooped?
Maybe 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, now back to normal, right?
Where do we go from now?
Actually, where do I travel from?
No, I'll just where do we go in the show?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to go beyond.
Actually,
is that a first?
Actually,
That's definitely a first for me.
It is?
I've never played bluegrass while moving all around while someone on TV